Hello everybody, from the Social Media Technology class, I'm Ming Hao, an exchange student from Singapore. Today, in my video blog, I'd like to talk about social media and its impacts on politics. As the lecture has covered in the last few weeks, we have discussed in class on how it has changes the way people interact with one another and behave to news in the world of social media as compared to the past, and how the introduction of internet has brought changes to the life of people from all walks of life. Today, I'd like to take on the topic of how social media changes the political landscape. Social media has created a new phenomenon in the context of politics. The widespread use of social media by the mass has more or less forced politicians to adopt them as one of their platforms to reach out to the people. In this video blog, I'll highlight the widespread use of social media in terms of politics. It can be said that the government can control censorship of conventional media such as newspaper, radio broadcasts, TV broadcasts, magazines, and even public rally speeches, but not social networking sites. Come to think of it, election campaigns involving online social media networking are a form of internet marketing technique at its very best. We can reach out to people in almost real time. Given the fact we have seen from research, it has shown that social network users are more politically engaged than non-social network users. Thus, it further encourages politicians to adopt this new media to reach out. The first example that I would like to highlight today would be the US presidential election. In 2008 US presidential election, Barack Obama changes the face of politics with the use of social media. He tapped into the social media to mobilize supporters and raise funds in a way that the world has never seen before. The fund that he managed to raise online works out to be more than 500 million, which is about $500 million, and the amount is crazy. In 2012, US presidential election, seen by many as a game changer throughout the election, social media made its history last Tuesday night in more ways than one. The presidential election became the most tweeted ever event in the history of social media site Twitter. More than 327,000 tweets were sent per minute at the height of the site traffic when it was announced that Obama has been re-elected. The presidential elections also set the record for the most tweeted about event in US political history, with an astonishing 31 million tweets sent. In the past, election nights end when the losing candidate phoned the winner to concede defeat, with the news of the phone call promptly leaked to the news media. However, things have changed. The news of the winner of this election was made known through Facebook and Twitter, and the conventional media just confirmed the news that was made in Facebook and Twitter. The unprecedented viral success of social media confirmed the roles that it has played in the US presidential election and abroad. Next up, I'll talk more about the 2011 Singapore general election, which happened last May in Singapore. Unlike the previous general election back in 2006, campaigning through Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts were banned back then. The rule of internet election advertising were relaxed in this general election, allowing communication of political messages on any conceivable new media platform. Thus, the 2011 general election has been termed as the internet election. For the first time in Singapore, political parties were allowed to use social media to reach out to the voter. And the engagement was a two-way as well, with voters using social media tools such as Facebook and Twitter to voice their likes and dislikes. Video recordings of opposition parties were also uploaded on websites for the first time without first being vetted by the government film censorship board, where media censorship is pretty tight in Singapore, especially in the context of politics. In an attempt to connect directly with young voters, the Singapore Prime Minister even logged on to Facebook during the general election period to discuss issues pertaining to the general election and the future of Singapore in views of hoping to win the votes of the tech-savvy generation. Besides Facebook and Twitter, where the topics were discussed readily, Internet Forum has also played a part, whereby complete strangers were allowed to connect instantly to discuss on the topic of general election and their views on the different parties. And why we would say that social media works this time for Singapore election? Because the Generation Y citizen, which we term as those born after 1975, make up to 1 in 4 voters. And 36.3% of this group of people aged between 21 and 34 cites internet as their top source of local political news, compared to 35.3% who prefer the conventional media of newspaper. And the online social media platforms allow politicians to connect with voters outside the confines of Singapore-controlled media. And this has allowed them to give their opinion more freely. And in signs of the time, even after election, our Prime Minister has decided to create his own Facebook and Twitter account in hope to connect better with the people and to feel more in touch with the people. And this is a double-edged sword, whereby people make both positive and comment about this about our Prime Minister having a Facebook and Twitter account. However, in a nutshell, we can confidently conclude that social media and internet has definitely changed the political landscape, not just in the country in the West, but also in Asia, especially Singapore, as the people now has access to the internet and could access to information from anyone and anywhere at any time. However, whether how much the effect of social media on politics still remain unseen until further research has been carried out to support the stand with quantitative figure. With that, I've come to the end of my video blog, and feel free to comment on my video. Thank you.